Today, we're going to look at my 2010 Challenger. Don't go away. Hello everybody and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And indeed today we're going to look at one of my favorite things of all time, my 2010 Challenger RT Classic. Now, there is a story, isn't there always? Well, here's the deal. In 2005, Dodge announced a new prototype was coming out of a Challenger. They released a bunch of sketches and they really caught my eye. In 2006, they actually released the prototype and I almost plotzed. I gotta tell you, I coveted this thing. I had to have one, but here was the rub. They didn't know for certain if they were going to actually go into production with this car at the time. So all I could do was sit back and hope. Well, in 2008, people started getting delivery on their new Challengers, but not me. Here's the deal. First of all, honestly, at the time, I couldn't afford one. Second of all, I'm a father of four, and let's face it, this is not the car of a father of four. It's not great for going to football practice. So, I couldn't get one. 2008 came and went. 2009 came and went. And in the middle of 2010, my kids were all driving. My financial situation was much better. I could finally get my Challenger, and it's right here. Let's take a look at it. Let's start outside the car. Now, my ultimate plan was to keep this as old school as possible, and to that end, I added the Dodge nose lettering that you found on all of the old school Dodge cars. I also added my own custom-made badge that I had made by a company called Rebadge. I designed this logo using what's called the Vitus, which is the Lithuanian national symbol. And then I gave it an orange finish for the horse to represent the car. I put a Mopar symbol on there, and that theme is carried throughout the car. Of course, no old school hot rod would be complete without hood pins. And you see how they really just give the car that old school look. So here you see the hood pins, the nose lettering, and the custom badge. And then you see how I carried that badge around over to the fuel filler door. I think it looks fantastic, and it's one of my favorite features of the car. Now, in my day, everything had old school Kragers, and these are the nearest things I could find to what I wanted. These are American Racing Torque Thrust 2s, and despite having these slightly arched spokes, they're really close to an old school Krager. You see, they've got the dish that old school Kragers would have, and they have that really soft, stepped edge. And I just love these wheels. I had to have them custom made to get what I wanted, as I went with a stepped setup. The backs are bigger than the fronts, they're wider, and so, yeah, I had to have these custom made, and yeah, they are the most expensive add-on to the car, but look at that, okay? So much better than the flat, lifeless Krager knockoffs that came on the car. Now, of course, I have to have my Fat Guy logo on the license plate, and I'll tell you what, I get a lot of comments about that. People just love my license plate. and so do I. On the spoiler, I added a hearse shifter logo, and then I also added this logo from Rebadge, another thing that I had made. And here you can kind of see the car and really get a feel of what I'm going for. The only thing that I would do differently is I would have made the rear tires even bigger and let them stick out of the wheel wells and probably throw some air shocks on it. Now, under the hood, I put in a K&N cold air intake. And then, yes, folks, I did that to the engine cover. I took the engine cover off, I cut out those spots and vented it and put the screens in, and I did that paint job. Now, I had no idea how to do a real flame paint job, and maybe you're thinking, yeah, it shows. But I practiced a lot, and when I felt confident, I went ahead and painted this, and I think it came out fantastic. It really works as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so here's the way I've got the interior set up, and as you can see, I've got the wood grain that I did all throughout. I've got it on the steering inserts, the dash, the radio console, and the center console. The requisite hearse shifter, gotta have that, okay? Rebadge logo. Rebadge logo right there. I made these dice. I live in Vegas, okay? Instead of fuzzy dice, I went with casino dice. I made these. You know, if you want a pair, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. I'll sell you a pair. Yeah, I was super happy with the way those came out. But yeah, so this is the interior, and here's one of my favorite parts. I'm actually going to switch and get a still photo to show you, but I'll pivot around and show it to you. This is the embroidered headrests, okay? I have my logo embroidered by a place called Hina's. It's a place out of California. Hina's Textiles, I believe it's called. And you pluck off your headrests, mail them to them, and they'll embroider anything you want on them. I think they look fantastic. I'm going to take a nice picture of them so you don't get all this jiggly stuff that I'm getting here. So yeah, this is the interior of my car. I got the Uconnect and everything else. It's pretty basic in here, but you know, I tried to keep it old school. That's who I am. That's what I wanted, and that's what I've got, and I'm really happy with it. All right, let's go back outside. So here you have it, my 2010 Dodge Challenger RT Classic in Hemi Orange Pearl Coat with the white stripes. I can tell you, you're not going to see a lot of cars out there that look like this one. Well, here it is, the love of my life, my mistress, my midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. Here it is. I love this car as much as I hope you love this video. If you did love the video, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to mash the notification bell so you never miss one of my car videos. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I love to hear from you guys. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.